class object folder we can go and we can open the CMD inside. And VS Code we can follow. Code space dot enter. VS Code will get open. Next, under this class object folder, you can create one file class1.js. 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 How to write a class? This way. Class name. Class name. Give any name. What is my class? Class name. Class name. Class space class name. Next, after that, inside the class, you write a function called add a number. Function we used to write outside also. Here in the class also we are writing the function only. Function before that, before like yesterday, day before yesterday, so in the Ajax also you have written multiple function. But now instead of writing function alone, you are going to write function inside the class. Function inside the class. So my class is the name of the class. Add number is a function. Similar way, we'll add one more here. Something. Add number. We have written. Now write another one number. Update number. Another function. Right. Inside the add number function, you can write something. Console.log. The add number is working. You can go to the update number. Here also you can write console.log. The update number is working. Add number is working. Update number is working. Save that. Come down below. Now we wrote a function called number1, add number and update number. Now both the function how to print. Suppose if I call here directly add number, it will give you the error. We can try it. We can write here update number also. Update number if you call, this will also give the error. Add number, update number. Let's run this file. Directly console dot log you cannot do outside of the function. You need to call the function. Inside function already console dot log is written. Inside function already console dot log is written. Anything error or working? Should be error only. Node space. Node space class 1.js. It will throw you the error. It is saying add number is undefined and update number is undefined. Both it is saying both function is undefined because function is not outside. Function is, you can see here, inside the class. Function is inside the class. If the function is written inside the class, without permission of the class, you cannot call the function outside. That is called object creation. So inside the classes of, you have how many function now? Two function we have. There can be multiple function also. Inside the class, there can be multiple function also. Okay. Inside the class, there can be multiple function also. But when there is a multiple function, how to call the function outside? You cannot call directly here. Okay. So now you have to create an object of the class. Write here one object. Okay. How to create object? You will use here a variable my object equal to class name. What is the class? My class. Okay, but before my class, you have to apply a keyword called new. I will write the definition for each and every line. New, name. New. Only new. Function is not required. It's just a new. Okay, next after this, you can write here my object dot function name because my object is the object of your class and your function belong to class only. Function belong to class also. Ready? Check now. Is it working? Clear screen you can do with the CLS command. CLS command will clear the screen. Node space class1.js. Add the number is working. Update the number is working. Both function is calling. So function was outside without object it was not calling. Now we wrote function object dot function name. It is calling easily. So how this entire process works, we have to make it. Come inside. Write some more thing called a constructor. That is also part of the class only. Constructor. Under the constructor, you will write this dot n1 equal to 100 and this dot n2 equal to 200. This dot n1 equal to 100 and this dot n2 equal to 200. written add number, sorry, n1 and n2. So n1 and n2 both become a global variable. Now come to the add number function. You can write here this dot n1, this dot n1 plus this dot n2. This one, this dot n1 plus this dot n2. This dot n1 plus this dot n2. This one n1, this dot n1 plus this dot n2. This dot n1 plus this dot n2. Okay, written. Now come to the browser, cmd and check once. Is the able to change or not? The value got changed or not? Node space class 1.js. Addition is how much? 300. Okay. Some more thing we can add. Then we can write the definition. Addition is 300. Now go here. While calling the update number function, pass here a comma b. A comma b. Pass a comma b. A comma b. Now the update the value. This dot a, this dot n1, this dot n1 equal to a, this dot n1 equal to a. After that, this dot n2 equal to b. The value of a will go to the n1 and the value of b will go to the n2. Next, after that, the value of n1 will go to the a, sorry, the value of a will go to the n1, the value of b will go to the n2. Next, after that, we can write here value updated successfully, or maybe number updated successfully slash n. You can write here to print in the net line slash n, and right here again after update slash n, after update slash n, you call again the function inside this dot number one, this dot add number. Now after once you complete this, we'll make a notes and we'll write definition one by one of each line, what we have written, why we have written, and where we have written. Look at here inside update number, you are receiving the value n1, a and b. The value of a will go to n1, the value of b will go to the n2. After that, you are writing the number updated successfully, and after update again add number. Add number, if you call, what it will do? It will give you the updated value. Let me go here. You call here add number, by default nothing. You call here update number, pass inside 5000 comma 8000. The first time it will display you different value, and second time it will display you different value. At first it will display the different value, at second it will display the different. Update number here, the function here written no update number. In that a and b you have written, you are sending the value under the a as a 500, you are sending the value under the b as a 800. This becomes function with parameter. Default value of n1 is 100 and 200. At this place here it will print you 300 only. because it will give the addition of n1 and n2. Again, next time, see here, what is happening. Update number function is called. In update number function, you pass 500 and 800. 500 will go to the A, 800 will go to the B. Now the 500 will assign to N1 and 800 will assign to N2 at this place. Then it will display a message, number updated successfully. After that, so first time what was the value of N1? 100 and 200 was the value. Now after calling the update function, update number, the value of N1 become how much? 500 and 800. So again here we are calling add number. So what it will do? It will give 1300. At this place when you are calling, it will give you total how much? Again 300 only. But at this place again you are calling, the same function will give you how much? 1300. Addition of 800 and 500. The value will get replaced. The N1 and N2 will get replaced. Okay, the value of N1 and N2 is this much. Hope is able to run. Let's go ahead and check again. See here, the first time it will give me 300. Then it says number updated successfully. After update, the number is how much? 800. 500 plus 300. Next, you need to write here the one by one. What is the class? What is this object? What is the constructor? What is the meaning of this? Okay. And what is the meaning of new keyword? We have some other keyword also, extends, implements, everything is there. In this few lines, you are going to write as a comment about the class and object. Look at this. In this example, you have written a function called add number. You have written the function called add number. This add number you are calling outside also, and the add function you are calling inside also, right? So how many times you are calling? 2 times, one outside of the class and one inside of the class, right? Those are the main important feature of the I can say reusability. Write once and use many times. Function we wrote one place, as a add number we are calling 2 place. We can call this function in some other class also if we inherit this class. So let's write few line as a notes theory. Write the class. Class. See here, the class start here. This is the class is starting here, and here the class is ending. From flower bracket to flower bracket. This entire area belongs to the class, and the class name is my class. So look at the inside the class what we have. Constructor is the predefined function. Add number is a user defined function. Update number is a user defined function. Correct? After that, you have created a n1 variable, n2 variable inside the constructor using this operator. Now same variable you are calling under the add number as a n1 and n2. Same variable you are calling under the update number n1 and n2. Correct? So you can say overall inside the class what we have function and variable. Three functions are there. One is called life cycle method, that is called constructor, and two function is there. One is called add number, another one is update number. So if you look now inside the class, what we have, there is a function and variable, function and variable. So same thing you are going to write here. Class is a collection of member function and member variables. Member function and member variables. Okay, right? Class, it is collections of member, variable and member. Ready? Class, the collection of member, variable and member functions. You have written one function, add number, update number, and there is a function called constructor. Constructor is also part of your class. That is called a predefined function, life cycle function. Come down below. Right. Member variable meaning is what? Member variable. What is that? Member variable. You can write inside the class within the constructor. 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 Using this keyword, we create a variable. Using this keyword, we create using this keyword, we create a variable that can be accessed within the class anywhere. That can be accessed within the class anywhere. Okay, it is a collection of member variable and member function. Member variable is what is that? Inside the class within the constructor using the this keyword, we create a variable that can be accessed within the class anywhere. That is called a member variable. As this dot k you have created, comma this dot n1. It is not a, it's n1. This dot n1, comma this dot n2. This dot n2. This dot n1 and this dot n2. Written. Now come down. Write the next point called member function. Member function or method. Both are same thing. Member function also you can call. Member method also you can call. What is that member function? And so in this current file, how many member variable you have? In current file, how many member variable we have? Two member variable we have. Two. One is called N1, another one is called N2. N1 and N2. Both are called a member variable. That is defined inside a constructor using this operator, and inside the class you can call anywhere using the this operator. Inside the class we can call anywhere using the this operator. Now come regarding the member method. All the user defined functions all the user defined function inside a class, all the user defined function inside a class is called a member. Inside a class is called member. Inside a class is called member function and method. Member functions are those functions that is made by us. Example, as you can write here, add number, comma, update number. Add number and update number. Add number and update number. Okay, two functions are written as of now. Add number and update number. So we can say this both the function is member function. Okay. After that we will write. Next we have call that is constructor. Constructor. What is this? It is life cycle. Life cycle method of JavaScript. Life cycle method of JavaScript class object. Life cycle method of JavaScript class object. Okay, which function? Constructor function. Right there, it execute at beginning of the class, beginning of the it get called automatically. It get called automatically when class get when object get created. When object get created. So whenever you create the object of the class, constructor will execute automatically. You no need to call that. Okay, whenever you create a constructor, when the constructor will execute, you can see in this current page, everywhere, anywhere if you look, you have not called the constructor anywhere. Are you calling anywhere? Directly we are using this dot n1 and this dot n2. When the constructor will execute, it will execute automatically. At which moment? As soon as this line will get executed. As soon as this object will get created, at the same time, your constructor will get executed just immediately after the object creation. Typing. Speed. Which is speed? Oh, your web speed got increased. That is called improvement. Yesterday evening, you both going somewhere. I saw in my page. Behind who was there? Who was there? Other parent. Someone else. I saw he was there in the class. I say now. Ram of the Okay, come next. So how many keyword you got idea? You got idea on the keyword called what is the class? What is the member variable? So inside the class, whichever the variable we have written under the constructor using this operator, that is called as a member variable. Now, how many function you created? Add number and update number. Both are called as a member variable, member function. Member function or member method, both is okay. After that, next what we wrote? Constructor. So look at there. Inside the constructor, we have created two variables, but we have never called the constructor. If you have not called the constructor, how the value n1 got 100 and n2 got 200? Because constructor will get called automatically at the time of constructor will get execute automatically at the time of object creation. As soon as this line will get executed, your constructor will get executed. We are going to write that line also. Write again what is the object. Come down, right there. What is object? Object. Object. Simple internet definition. Okay, it's called. It is instance. It is instance of class. It is instance of class. So whichever the class you have, inside the class, you will be creating an object. Okay, written. Now come. Look at there. Object, what you have here? You can say my object is the object name. It is an instance. It's a copy of your class. Which class? My class. Let me move the mouse here. So the object of my class. Object of my class. So we can write here one line. Object creation. Object creation. Object creation. This line is object creation. So we wrote here object is nothing but it is instance of a class. It's a copy of a class. This is just kind of a, you can say, second copy of the class. All the content of your class you are assigning to the object. So what will happen is, usually if you look at here, under the my class we have update number, we have add number. Where under the my class we have add number and update number. Now my class, you said, say, okay, the copy of my class will be available under the my object. Below you are saying my object dot add number. So add number is where? Add number is under the class name. Which class name? Under the my class. So from my class, one copy has gone to my object. Because of that, we are saying it is the instance of your class. It's a copy of your class. It's kind of an image of your class. Okay. Then only you can say my object dot function name. Right? My object just now you created here, no? It's a variable. But how it will have the add number? Because under the my object, everything is coming from the my class. Then only we can say under the my object, there is a function called add number. Calm down. Next. Let's go. Next we have called this. We have operator called this. What is that meaning is this? You can say it called object of current class. Object of current class. Okay. Yes. Okay. So it is called this. It's called object of current class that will work only inside the class. That will work only inside the class. That will work only inside the class. Okay, go ahead and come down. Example, you can write here. Inside the class, you have written one place, this dot n1, this dot n2. You can write here as this dot n1 n1 and this dot n2. This one, this dot n1 and this dot n2. this dot n1 and this dot n2. Now look inside the class. You have here, we have written one place. While defining and assigning the variable, you have used this keyword. N1 is a variable, but before N1, what is applied? This keyword is applied. So N1 becomes a member variable. N2 is the variable only, but before that, this keyword is applied. So N2 becomes a member variable. Now you have defined here, you are calling under the add number using which operator? This operator. Look here, you have a function also, add number. When you are calling add number function outside, how you are calling? Object dot add number. Same function when you are calling inside the class. Look at here. Are you calling object dot add number? No, we are calling this dot add number. Our definition says this. What is that? It's called object of current class. Whichever the class we are into, it is the object of that, this keyword. And where it will work? It will not work out of the class. It will work inside the class. How is that? As we have written this dot n1 and this dot n2. And on the top of that, some other example you have, in update number, you are calling this dot add number. While calling the add number function outside, we have used the object. But same add number function when we are calling inside, we have used the keyword called this. Right? So difference is there. So all you have written. Now what is next? We have one more keyword that we are going to implement, that is called extends. That will come under the inheritance. Okay. Let me add here a new line for all. This is one. This is the second. Third. Fourth. And this is the fifth. Okay, clear. Next after that, right call extends. E-X-T-E-N-D-S, extends. This keyword we will be using maybe after some example. Right there, it used to inherit, it used to inherit, it used to inherit feature from one class to other class. Other class. It used to inherit the feature from one class to other class. That is called as a extends keyword. That is called as a extends keyword. Okay, ready? Go ahead. Now we can create the next file to understand the how to use this all the classes with the many things with the array and all. So you will create the next file called class 2.js. Okay, create the next file class 2.js. Hope we have written. Go ahead next. Create a class name called product. Class name called product. Now create the object of the project product. Constant object one equal to new okay. Next after that create a constructor in that. Under the constructor this dot item list is a member variable going to hold the data in array format. Member variable going to hold the data in array format. Okay. Add inside something. Okay. Now come down below, write a function called getItem, fire method. You will write here console.log total items this dot item this dot length. Below you can write object one dot get item. So now length is coming on up.
Yes, sir, coming.
Now here we can use the map function also. This dot item list dot map. You can use the map little different way now. Use a function here, and inside you can write p name, product name, comma index. This way also you can use the map function. Directly you can write here flower bracket. No need to use the arrow key. Console.log pname comma index. Okay, so printing on. Get some water. Okay, so array is coming. Now come down. This look like this here. P name and index we printed. So we can print directly P name. Before P name, first you can keep index. That will look better. Index comma. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come now. Create one more array here. Call this dot price. Price equal to same number of element as you have inside the product. How many items we have? That many you have to add here as a price also. Suppose you have 10 product, 10 price we need to keep here. Rupees 30, rupees 100, or directly remove rupees and put value directly. 200 for apple, 100 for mango, 30 rupees for milk, 70 rupees for rice, orange 100 rupees, grapes 80 rupees. Number of element inside the item list, same number of element you can keep under the price also. Okay, next. So hope you are here 246, 246. The equal number of element in the item list should have equal number of element under the price list. Now at this place, index you are printing, name you are printing. After name, print your price also. Okay. This dot, this dot, this dot price of index. Index is coming 1, 0, 1 to 3. You can utilize that. And you can print the price of each element based on index position. Check now. Item index, item position, name and item price. All should come directly in the chat. All should come in the this one. List. Index, name and price, all three. This dot price. Not coming. This dot price of index. It should give you the price here. You should give the price of all the elements. But here, so if I go and run like this is error. This dot price of index. Oh, yeah. This dot price of index. What is index? This dot price of index price of index anyhow it's given 0, 1, 2, 3. Index is given 0, 1, 2, 3. Why not? Error is what? Okay. Length is also coming or not? Error. Okay. Mhm. Let me convert this one into the fat arrow method. So printing. Remove the function keyword, convert it to fat arrow method. Function keyword we have written earlier, we can remove that, convert into fat arrow, and then price of index. Hope it should print now. Apple 200, mango 100, milk 30, rice 70, orange 100, and then banana is 80, grapes is 80. Come. Okay, so hope working. Let's create next file then. Class 3.js. We can use multi-dimensional data there. Multi-dimensional array we will use. Class 3.js. Okay. Go ahead next. Next, in this, we will write a multi-dimensional array. Write a class name call. You can write call company. Will have constructor. Under the constructor, there will be company constructor. Under the constructor, write here this dot product. This dot product equal to name of the product. Apple, not Apple. Desktop, desktop. Desktop price 50,000. Then vendor from Dell. Right again next. Mouse printer scanner printer 2000. Panel HP. Okay, next after that, in this class we are not going to print this data. You will print under the other class. So this class you leave here and then create one more class called inventory. Class inventory extends company. You will follow here constructor. Under the constructor, you have to call a function called super. This function why it is required because inside this function, inside the constructor function, now you can see the inventory class is extending the company class. Under the company class, whichever the feature we have, all will go to the inventory class. The feature of company class will go to the inventory class. Okay. Now the feature from the company will go to the inventory. Then what will happen? Inventory also have a constructor and the company also has a constructor. Now two places you can't write constructor. Then for that solution is inside the child class, inventory becomes a child class. Inside the child class under the constructor, if you call the super function will call the parent constructor. Super function call the parent constructor. So let me move the mouse here. Here. Constructor of company. See what is pop-up is coming? I move the mouse and constructor. Then it is saying constructor of which constructor? Company. So super function is nothing but it is calling the parent constructor. So where is the parent constructor? Under the company class. So parent constructor of company class will come and it will combine with the child class of constructor. Okay, and both the constructor will get combined together. Now, if you want to create the object of that, you are not going to create the object of parent class. You have to create the object of child class. Okay, so right here at this place. A const my object 3 equal to new inventory. 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 It's a just a object. No need to call it all. Okay. Now. Come down below and you have to now write a function called get item again equal to this guy. We will be writing here this dot product dot math. This dot product dot math. We will write here p info and again index. We will get here console.log p info dot name comma comma p info dot price comma p info dot vendor. Okay. At last, we will call the function my object 3 dot get item. Hope running. Check now. Not space class 3. Print all the products. Name, price, supplier, net price, supplier. Okay, work for one person. Anyone error? In React also we have to write a similar classes. There also we will write a function and will print like this.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Let me sir.
Sir, why const is used instead of where?
Use because if you are using var here, suppose example, if I use var here, okay, those variables that you have defined using the var keyword. Hope you are listening properly. Those
Yes, sir.
variables that is defined using the var keyword, their value can be replaced. Their value can be changed. Suppose we have created a variable called myObject3. At this place, if you write here myObject3 equal to xyz, this is possible. This is possible. The first line under myObject, what you store? You store everything of inventory class as well as everything of company class. So first line, the myObject was the object of a class. But as soon as you go on to the second line, myObject is not holding the object of the class. It is holding some value called xyz. Now the third line will work or not? Line number 27 will work or not?
It will not work.
It will not work because the value of myObject got replaced by xyz. In which scenario? If you have used the var keyword. JavaScript will allow to change the value of object3, myObject3 if it is the var keyword. But at the same time, if I use here const, that meaning is what? Constant. Value once you assign here, whatever the content you assign in one line, that the content of my object3 will never be the change. This line, if you are writing my object3 equal to xyz, it will not allow. It will throw one error. Reason is what? The variable meaning is fixed by default. Okay, here once you given as a const my object3, at that time only the value of my object3 is got locked. No one can change that. So our intention is what? Our intention is also same. Under the my object3, nothing should come except the object. Because of that, why I given as a const. So const is nothing but it will make your variable a fixed values. You cannot change the value of const. But if you use the var keyword, the variable value can be changed. Because of that, I have used this keyword, const keyword. Hope it should be clear. If you use const keyword, the value cannot be changed. If you use the var keyword, the value will be changed. If the value will be changed, then your product will not work. It will throw the error. Value will get replaced, and the content will not be as what we are searching. Okay, next after that, next class, video I have not uploaded yesterday. Today I'll upload also. I will send you the Praveen the video of HTML. Which one you have requested? No, some video, CSS and Bootstrap. Will
Yes,
send.
sir.
Yesterday my internet was not working in home. I tried, but mobile data will not support to upload bulk video. Okay, so I stopped that. Today evening I'll upload it. All videos, two videos, and the videos. Okay, so next class will be the class object only, but will combine with HTML. This data will send to the browser. I don't know what we are printing in console. This data will print in the browser. This all content will merge with the HTML, will be merged. Okay.